AI is really coming for us all. And it's going to replace a lot of jobs, and it's going to replace a lot of professions. I don't, it, it, I mean, I don't know when. Obviously, I don't think a lot of people know when, but man, is it coming fast. I mean, I had uh, some interactions with some of the processing um, from the company I work for, and it was impressive to say the least, but it was also um, a little bit uneasy. So that being said, please hit the like button, subscribe, and comment and share. Thank you so much to all the 152 of you who have subscribed to the channel. I appreciate it. Keep the love coming. I really do appreciate it. Uh, yeah, so I didn't want to make a fear mongering video at all, and I wanted to kind of to give some takeaways on what, in my opinion, what I'm doing, and maybe you guys can pivot off of that. I wanted to make this video so bad that I have pulled over from the gas station to shoot this video real quick, but yeah, it is coming. It's I would say it's not coming, it's here. Now I think it's in its infancy stages for sure, but it's still pretty remarkable on what it can do, what it can produce without much oversight, little to no oversight, really. Meaning, like, you don't have to have, depending on the application, I'll say that, depending on the application that you're using it in, you don't need a team of people there to make sure that it's getting done. But like, even in my industry, real estate and property managers in particular, I can easily see a world where you don't even need a property manager, or maybe you don't need an assistant manager. You probably just need a couple, I don't know, you could really outsource it to a different company to just look over things and make sure everything is, obviously looks good and checks good, and then you can hire a company to go over and examine your property. Now, keep in mind, when I'm talking about this on a much larger scale, I'm not talking about mom and pop and small stuff. I'm talking to them like, commercial applications, and maybe even some resident multifamily applications. These are these big, 100 up units or whatever. Usually when executives want to save money, they usually look at their how much you're spending in payroll, and that's generally where the cuts go. I'm still seeing cuts and layoffs happening, I'm talking about even in my own world here, a property that I do manage, getting calls from people laying people off, and they're really attacking is not the right word, excuse me. They're really going after people who don't want to come into the office. These are for your remote employees. I gotta hand it to the remote workers. I mean, y'all are really standing on your business, as they say. But I don't know that this is one that you want to buck up against or fight, in my opinion. I think this is, like I said, it's coming for all of us, but I think with the transitions in the AI and all that, I think work from home is essentially dead, if not for sure in the short term. I had an instance where a tenant did not want to, or just was leasing some commercial space, and all of this is tied to real estate, right? So a tenant leased some commercial space, spent a lot of money on a TI. For those of you who don't know, a TI is a tenant improvement, and what happens is a lot of owners will give credits to businesses to build out their office of their dreams, right? Whatever they want to do. So some owners, depending on where you go, owners have different, it's all negotiable, right? So whatever you are asking for, it may get approved, it may not, but some get approved. I mean, I've seen 80,000, 100,000, as small as 10,000, just depends on what it is you're asking. But they have this beautiful office, great view, and most of the staff doesn't want to come back, so he decided to lay them off. Is that rude or is that mean? I don't think it is. I mean, you're the business owner. You decide what is works for a company, what does not. But what I want to say to everyone out there, I think you should consider, if you are a remote worker, and obviously it's easy for me, this YouTube guy, right, to sit here and tell you what to do. But in my opinion, I think you should just come into the office, be visible. Sometimes it is helpful in terms of like promotions and being relational. And a lot of people just don't want to do that anymore, which I get it. I totally get it. I can make an argument why working remote is should be in more demand, but we're not there yet, and it sounds like the powers that be are not there as well. And so when you got there's definitely a fork in the road. And so you got the people wanting remote because, for obvious reasons, working remotely can be beneficial, right? Who doesn't get the occasional load of laundry done, or make sure dinner's out, or whatever. It's just more convenient. You got kids, you can go pick up your kids, you can come home, drop. You could be more of a human being, right? And I think working from home has disrupted a lot of the corporate mentality, meaning like they want people, the archaic corporate, however you want to call it, way is they need people working, right? They want to keep you on the wheel, keep you going. And again, I don't think either is wrong or one's good or one's bad. I think it's just you got to figure out what works for you. But in the interim right now, I would suggest for those of you who are work remote, maybe consider coming in just to keep your employment for now. And we should all be getting our ducks in a row, because man, what's coming is really none of us really know, but I just know that it's coming to replace us for sure. I don't care what specials they run on 2020 and saying AI is not going to replace, it's going to make it. Miss me with all that. It is coming to it's going to rearrange a lot of things. I think you'll see smaller skeleton crews in your banks and this and your different areas. I think the areas obviously that it's not going to affect is your more physical manual labor, like your plumbers, electrical, sheetrockers, those things that I think AI will eventually get there, but it's going to be a lot longer of a ways to go before you can start doing that. And how I see that going in the future is basically robots doing the work. Obviously we're a ways away from that. At least I think we are. I haven't done any research. Maybe someone out there can correct me. But my point in this video is, again, not to create fear or anxiety, but to say, hey, here is what's coming, and take AI out of the picture. Think we are at the point in society, and I'm just talking about America, we've reached a point to where you can no longer afford to have your employer be the be-all end-all when it comes to your financial success or failure. You have to create something for yourself and for your family. And you don't have a choice anymore. Those of you who are comfortable just working your 9 to 5 and going home and doing that, I think those days been gone. If you have debt, let's start knocking it out. Let's make that a goal this year. I know that's one of my goals. It's probably won't eliminate it, but at least work it down to where I'm sitting in a much better situation for plan for the worst. Hope for the best, plan for the worst, but get into those side hustles, lean in hard. That's all I can say, because like I said, AI is coming for everyone. I heard someone make some really good points on even for legal attorneys, accountants. I mean, accountants for sure. I mean, that's coming right today. It's And like people like myself in this profession, I mean, it's going to be able to spit those reports out much quicker. So stay guarded up and stay on the grind and be willing to hustle. All right. Talk to you guys later. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe.